Morning, guys. Happy Monday. Hopefully that worksheet about parallel, perpendicular, and neither, and going over it with my answer key helps refresh your memory a little bit about what we did on Friday before we get into this worksheet I'm going to have you work on today. And then tomorrow we are going to learn how to write the equations of these lines, but we're going to kind of practice today. And I didn't want to leave you hanging, so I wanted to give you an example of how to do a couple of these problems and refresh your memory before I just let you loose. So remember, parallel lines are lines that never touch, and their slopes are the same. And then perpendicular lines are lines that cross at a perfect 90-degree angle, and their slopes are opposite, meaning one's positive and one has to be negative. And you guys liked the word flipped better. So if one's 2/3, the other has to be 3/2. Or if one's just 4, the other one has to be 1/4. So let's get into our examples. I'm only going to do the first two with you guys, and you guys can do 3, 4, and 5 because we did something like this on Friday. So are these parallel, perpendicular, either? And then you must, on all of these problems, tell me how you know. That's why I wanted you to write down and copy my work from the answer key earlier in class so that you knew how to tell me how you knew, just as a refresher. So this one, you're identifying the slopes. This guy's slope is -2. This guy's slope is 1/2. You know they're not parallel because they're not the same. This one's negative, this one's positive. Actually, let's do this. Negative, positive. This one's 2/1, this one's 1/2. So these are perpendicular. And we know this because they're opposite and flipped. Okay? And look at that previous worksheet from Friday if you need practice with the correct language. This guy right here, this slope is 3/2, this slope is 3/2. They are the same. So we know that they're parallel, because they're the same. I'm going to have you guys pause the video and do 3, 4, and 5. Maybe talk about it amongst your group or as a class, and then play the video back once everybody's done to see the answers. Alright, here are the answers. 3 is perpendicular, 4 is parallel, 5 is neither. Make sure you have written how you knew. So just writing these words is not going to be enough. I need you to explain to me how you knew. Okay? And then these are a little confusing, so I wanted to do number 6 with you before I let you loose on the entire worksheet, which, yes, it is due tomorrow, so use your time wisely in class. The first thing it asks you to do is to state the slope. So look at your equation. The slope is 5/3. Easy enough. We need to write an equation that would be parallel. Parallel have same slopes. So you know an example equation could be y is equal to 5/3x. And then just pick a different y-intercept. They used -1, so literally pick any other number besides -1. I'm going to use +7. But you can use any number besides -1. So now it says write an equation that would be perpendicular. Perpendicular. So the slope has to be, it's got to be opposite, not opposite, flipped, and then opposite. This guy's positive, so this one has to be negative. So perpendicular would be y is equal to -3/5x, and then literally pick any y-intercept you want. I'll just use +7 again. But it doesn't matter. You can use whatever number you want. And then D asks you to write an equation that would be parallel and has a y-intercept of -8. So that would be y is equal to, if it's parallel, remember the slopes have to be the same, and the y-intercept is specifically going to be -8. So this one you're just identifying the slope and then writing 1, 2, 3 equations. These two you can be creative on. This one should be an exact answer. Everyone should have the same y-intercept. Okay? So go ahead and work on that worksheet for the rest of the hour. You may work in the groups that you're sitting in. I don't want anyone necessarily to get up and move around. The sub has an answer key, so you can ask them any questions. And good luck. I'll see you tomorrow.